Hello, good afternoon, and good morning. I'm LaKendra Tooks, and it's time for Tooks Takes. And to quote Glenn Fry, the heat is doom, doom, doom on. It is hot. That is why I'm dressed like a toddler today. If you're listening and not watching, let me paint the picture. I look like a little black Pebbles Flintstones right now. I got my hair up. My mama just called me yesterday and said, let me give you a little bit of advice. Maybe you should start wearing your natural hair and wearing less makeup. I said, Mama, you ain't said nothing but a word because it is too hot for concealer. It is too hot to have on the full beat. Today is a day for powder. That's it. So I was with my cousins in Vegas over the weekend. Happy birthday, Mel. Me and my cousin Mel, we are exactly 3 months apart. Like my birthday's May 20th, her birthday's August 20th. And so we went to Vegas to go see, now I don't know if you guys know this rapper, his name is Jeezy. Jeezy. Now, I know that we got some people that are of a particular age, and I know we have a lot of diversity in the Kinsday crew. So a lot of y'all might not know who that is. And guess what? I really didn't know who he was either. I know who he is, but I wasn't super familiar with his music. It's so funny because the whole time we've been going back and forth on the group chat, I thought he sang a song called Meet Me at the Trap, It's Going Down. So this whole time, I literally changed the name of our group chat to It's Going Down. Any little reference to It's Going Down. We were looking at the prices of the tickets. Ooh, they went down. And then when we finally get to Vegas, I was like, woo, I can't wait to hear him sing It's Going Down. And my cousins are like, he doesn't sing that. And I said, wait, what? They're like, yeah, no, he doesn't sing that. I said, you guys have been doing all these It's Going Down references. They're like, he doesn't even sing that. So I was feeling like a boomer, baby. Like boomerino. Like I have cable, I'm freezing bread, and I'm being judgmental because I'm a boomer. Okay? I felt so dumb. But guess what? The concert was so much fun. First of all, y'all, it was black tie. Okay? So everybody was looking real grown and sexy. I had to get myself, I'll post some pictures and I'll post the link too, because y'all can shop for the dress on my Shop Mine. Y'all know I'm a little Kinfluencer now. So I had my dress. I had to get it together quick because I didn't realize this was black tie, y'all. I thought this was just a regular, degular, megala concert. I was ready to just put on a short set. Y'all know I love a little Daisy Duke. I was ready to put on a Daisy Duke and a crop top and a pair of sneakers. I'm so glad I read the fine print because I would have been looking real out of place. Everybody looked so good. I love it. I like, you know what? I love any opportunity to get all dressed up. Future husband, you better be, we're going to galas and galas together. I don't know if it's gala or gala. We going to both, okay? Because I want to be dressed up. I like getting dressed up. I ordered myself a little updo. Yes, you heard that right. I'll be posting the link to my updo too. Yes, baby. I ordered myself a little updo because I was like, I want to look upscale at the event. So let me get me a little doo-doo-doo. So I threw me a little doo-doo-doo up there. And honey, listen, y'all, keep you a updo in the wig closet. Keep one in there so that when you get invited to the last minute gala/gala, you're ready to go. So from now on out, I'm keeping myself an updo and I'm keeping myself a grown and sexy gown because this isn't prom, okay? This is grown and sexy. So I did have to get myself a cute little dress and I was able to, you gotta also have heels that don't hurt. Heels that don't hurt because my cousins, Cookie and Mel, hey Cookie and Mel, Shell, you too, everybody's feet were hurting. My feet were not hurting. Thank you, my baby boo, Steve Madden. Unsponsored for now, but Steve Madden, when you get ready to sponsor Tooks Takes, you let me know. Because let me tell you, I rock those Steve Maddens, and I don't know what you do to your shoes, but you make them cute, and they don't really hurt my feet. So I was having a good time getting to know all of Jeezy's music. It was fun. And the most important thing, honestly, family time. I would have been happy, like, with or without the concert, just getting to hang out with my cousins, laugh, talk. Y'all know me. Y'all know my mom's the baby of 12. I got a lot of aunties. I'm black. I'm Southern. I got a lot of cousins, okay? And me and my cousins, we really are like brothers and sisters. And so being with them, it was so nice. And when they were all headed to the airport, oh, that's another thing I forgot to tell you guys about. Y'all, I drove to Vegas. Now, let me tell you, first of all, I will not be doing that again, okay? I said, let me try it. I'm an independent woman. I have a car. I'm gonna drive, and I'm gonna bring my dog. Me and Savvy are gonna take a little girls' road trip. Now, for those of you who don't know, little Savvy, Savannah, AKA Savvy, my little 17-year-old Chihuahua mix. She's my little old lady girl, okay? She is a trooper. Listen, when you're my child, you have no choice but to be a trooper. So she is a trooper, but it was too hot for my girl. It was too hot for me. And on the way there, I don't know. I mean, I think I might have put it in Waze. I put the address in Waze. Waze had me going through a mountain range, y'all. I was scared. I had to do the 23rd Psalm the whole way through. I was like, the Lord is my shepherd. I shall not want. He maketh me to lie down in the green pastures. I was looking for a green pasture. I was like, Lord, where are the green pastures? Because all I see is deserts and mountains. I was scared. And the mountain is like, I don't know what kind of mountain range I was going through, but baby, we finally made it to Vegas. And then on the way back, the whole way back, it was over 100 degrees. So I will not be doing that drive again. I will not be visiting Vegas during the dead of summer ever again. However, I will say this. When my cousins all got up and went to the airport and Savvy and I were getting ready to hop in the car and go, I just started bawling, crying, y'all. Now, y'all know I'm a crybaby. I am emotional. But I just started crying because I was like, I'm going to miss you guys. And I felt so alone driving back to LA, just me and Savvy. But Savvy was so cute. Usually on the drive, she gets in her carrier. But on the way back, she was like, mama, I need to sit in your lap. I need to be right there. So she was in my lap with her little head on my shoulder. A young lady, shoot, I cannot remember her name. I can never remember anybody's name. Y'all know I'm a boomer. I am a boomer. I will remember her name and I will repost the clip because she just did a YouTube video about how reality TV is making people mean. And it's making all of us paranoid. Like, what do you mean? Are you trying to be mean? Like, I even feel that myself sometimes. It's made us all a little bit mean. It's made us all a little bit judgmental. And it's made us all on edge. On edge. What does that mean? You're talking about oysters. Are you talking about me? Are you talking about oysters? You're trying to talk about my clam? What's going on? So I understand where K. Michelle is coming from. Hey, Kay. I hope you're listening right now. Kay, I think you'd be an excellent member of the Ken's Day crew. Actually, we got to get you here, K. Michelle. I want all the ladies of Atlanta here. Or I will come to Atlanta. What are we talking about? I'll come to you. I got family in Atlanta. I can go to, the ghetto. I got family down in the ghetto. I can go there, and then we can link up, go to the studio, have a little chit-chat. You know what I'm saying? But, Kay, I just want you to relax and enjoy, okay? Because being a housewife is fun. It's fun. Enjoy yourself. Do some T-shirts. I want to see a plot and a plan and a scheme T-shirt, okay? I want to see a T-shirt with a can of sardines and like a no symbol through it. That is what I want, K. Michelle. Just have fun with it. That's how I feel too. But I want her to relax. I also need Kelly to relax because I know I've seen the Discord online. I know a lot of people don't really love Kelly. I like Kelly. I like her big fake boobs. She's a little screechy for me. And I could tell even Andy was like, I need you to lower that. I need you to go down about 9 decibels. Because you're screeching, the dogs outside can hear you, the glass is shattering in the back. Can you lower the volume? And I get that. And, Andy brought up the very good point that we all were wondering. If you're having financial hardships, why did you spend $70K on the teeth instead of saying, hey, bro, can you help me out? And she's like, how do you know he didn't? How do you know he didn't pay for my teeth and help me out? I'm like, great. I don't know where you guys are getting these men. God, bless me. Bless me with a man that's just going to come through and be like, you know what? I'll pay for your teeth. I'll pay for your bills. I'll do this. I'll do that. I'm over here. Y'all already know being an independent woman is exhausting. I'm tired. If somebody want to come and make me a dependent woman, I am cool with that. I've paid my dues in the independence category, okay? I'm ready for some dependence. You know what I'm saying? So now let's talk about Kelly and Shamia. When they took that little trip to Dallas, they were really getting on my girl Cynthia Cheekbones Bailey's nerves because they were talking about how the room was not clean and the room was a mess and we can't make it to dinner. And it's like, now I know for our trip to Vegas just now, I was in charge of the lodging. Well, I put myself in charge of the lodging because I'm very like, once it's time to get it done, I'm like, boom, boom, we got to get it done. Here's some options, 1, 2, or 3. Which one do you choose? But there's a lot of pressure on the person who's planning the trip because you want everyone to like everything you chose. And I get that. So when we're there and they're just going on and on and on, like that's not Cynthia's fault if the room wasn't clean. And then I'm like, define not clean. It felt like they were doing the most, and especially to do that to Cynthia, who is one of the sweetest people alive. It just wasn't a good look for Kelly and Shamia. However, I'm going to give Shamia such a pass because now this is the part where I get a little bit emotional. On these shows, we throw a lot of shade. We have a lot of fun. We talk smack. But at the end of the day, these women are human beings. They are going through things that women go through. And I know that we have a lot of women listening right now who have dealt with infertility issues, who have gone through IVF, who have done the embryos, all of these things. You know, thank God for all the technology now that can help us, those of us that want to have children. It can help us have children, but it doesn't always work out. And we learned at the end of the season that Shamia's surrogate was with child, and unfortunately, they lost that child. It was her last boy embryo, and that was hard to hear. That was really hard to hear because I think Shamia has a beautiful family. Y'all know I love her husband, Mr. Gerald. Mr. Gerald really wants a son. And I think that people were feeling like, because I was wondering this too, like, is he putting pressure on her? And I don't think it's him putting pressure on her. I think it's her putting the pressure on herself of just, and I know a lot of women can relate to this, when you just feel like that is your duty as a wife to show up for your husband in that way. It's your job to give him children. And for anybody who's dealing with any type of infertility, I just want to offer you a lot of love, a lot of support. My prayers up to you. I feel like, y'all know I always say this, if God puts a dream in your heart, he has a plan to make that dream come true. So if you have a dream in your heart of being a mom or a dad or a parent, that dream is going to come true for you. Maybe it won't come true in the way that you thought it would, but it will. And I love that K. Michelle says in this moment, when you're down to nothing, God is up to something. Woo, that hit me, baby. That y'all know, every now and then we're watching the Housewives and we catch the Holy Ghost. Every now and then the Holy Ghost is going to creep in the middle of a fight. The Holy Ghost will say, hold up. Now let me remind y'all to get holy real quick. But I really appreciated the ladies just taking a moment to be there for Shamia in that moment because I could feel her pain. And as someone who does have dreams of being a mother and someone who is of a particular age, you know, I don't know what the future holds for me in that regard. But as I just told you, that's when we have to stand on our faith. That is when we have to believe that there is a plot and a plan and a scheme for you to become a mother, a father, a parent, if that is a dream in your heart, because having children is a beautiful blessing. It's a beautiful blessing. I've loved being a mama to my dog, so I think I will really love being a mama to my human babies as well. So Shamia, our hearts go out to you and Mr. Gerald, and you know what? Hang in there, girl. Hang in there. No matter what, you got a beautiful family. You already got 2 beautiful daughters. You got an amazing husband. Your husband, you know Shamia. You know Mr. Gerald is my husband goals, okay? Does he have a brother? Does he have a brother? A nephew? Because, you know, I don't mind a little youngin'. I don't mind a YN. The black girls know what a YN is. The black girls know. Y'all know. I don't mind a YN. I'll take a YN. So if Mr. Gerald's got a nephew that's following in his footsteps, y'all call me. Because I am ready. Lakendra Tooks Mwangi, or whatever their last name is. See, that's what, give me a last name that me and my mama cannot pronounce. Give it to me, all right? Listen up. Let me tell you something. I did not realize until recently, your air can be so gross, even when your house looks clean. There's all kinds of dust, pollen, pet dander, smoke, smelly smells, all of that just floating around in the air while you're trying to relax, kick back, watch a little bit of Housewives, do a little online shopping. No, ma'am. That is why I've been using my Jasper. And let me tell y'all, this is not just another air purifier situation. Jasper is an air scrubber. It's designed to actually clean the air on a whole other level. And honestly, I noticed the difference immediately. My space feels fresher. I wake up less congested. It just gives luxury wellness energy. And if you spend a lot of time at home like I do, let me tell you something, homebodies. This is one of those upgrades that actually feels worth it. Go to jasper.co/tooks and use code TOOKS at checkout to get 20% off. That's JASPR.co/tooks, code TOOKS. We got to talk about Angela Oakley. Now, Angela Oakley, y'all know Angela. She's been one of my faves this season. Actually, I really loved all the ladies this season. All the ladies really showed up and did a great job this season. Angela, I love her. I love her husband, Mr. Charles. Let's talk about Angela's daughter, Amari. Now, I did not know that Angela's daughter's wife had been living with them, but Angela's daughter's wife's family doesn't accept Angela's daughter, Amari. And that's the part that Angela's upset with. And I get that. I feel that. And Andy asked Angela, some of the viewers were worried that maybe you didn't agree with her lesbian lifestyle. Angela's like, look, hold up, time out. My baby came out to me when she was 12, and I got her coming out cookies. That's what I'm talking about. Listen, if you 12 and you already know what time it is, baby, go on and be who you is at 12. Do it. Listen, if my daughter comes to me and says, Mama, I think I'm gay, I'm going to say, good for you, girl. You ain't got to be dealing with these smelly men. Good, baby. I'm glad you know now. Go and live your best life. But so Angela's like, look, I love my daughter. I support my daughter. And let's make that the rule. You always love and support your children no matter what they got going on, no matter what they're going through. I know we're not really watching The Real Housewives of Orange County right now, but I know on The Real Housewives of Orange County, Heather Dubrow, I have always jokingly called her womb the Abbey because all of her kids are LGBTQ LMNOP, well, 3 of the 4, but I think it's great that Heather, who lives in Orange County, a very conservative area, she's so loving and supporting of her children, and she does it in a way without making her children her storyline on the show, and I really respect her for that. That's her kids' stories to tell, so I respect her for giving them the space to do that without her airing out all their business. But I did see a crazy lady shouting online the other day about how, Heather should take her kids to a psychiatrist and da-da-da-da. Listen, as a mother, your job as a mother is to be there for your kids unconditionally, no matter what's going on, okay? And that doesn't stop when the kid turns 18. Let me tell you something. I am at my big, large age, and my mama is still very much in tune to everything. She knows exactly where I am right now. I have the location on my phone. She knows where I am. She knows what's going on in my life because she's a good mom. And even if I do things that she doesn't like or that she disagrees with, she's still my mom, and she's still there for me, and she's going to pray for me. She's not going to judge me. She's not going to make me feel bad about myself or make me feel guilty. She's going to say, you know what? Yeah, you effed up. But guess what? We're going to get through this. And that's what a good mother does. A good mother is there for their kids. A good mother has a relationship with her kids throughout their entire life. I'm so grateful for the relationship that I have with my mom now, even more so than when I was a kid, because now our relationship has evolved. But I love seeing Angela support her queer child. Cynthia's daughter, Noelle, the gorgeous Noelle, Cynthia supports her daughter as well. So listen, if you got kids that are a member of the LGBTQ LMNOP community, you better love and support your kids. Love and support your kids. I don't know what. The only thing I don't want my kid to be is a dick. That's the only thing that's going to get you taken out the will. If I find out you out here being a dick for no good reason, baby, you out the will. You can be anything you want in life except a dick. moving right along. Now, y'all know we had to rehash this back and forth between Porsha and Shamia. And Porsha was like, look, I don't want to talk about my mama. I don't want to talk about my daughter. I don't want to talk about this friendship anymore. Because I get it. I get where Portia's coming from. I get where Shamia's coming from. A friendship breakup is hard. I was actually just discussing this with my cousins over the weekend because I've gone through I just went through a big breakup. I just went through a big ass breakup. And it's hard. But guess what? Everyone's not meant to be in your life forever. Some people are just meant to be in your life for a season. And guess what? Where's my horticulturalists out there? Where's my plant people? Where are my gardeners? What you got to do if you want the tree to grow? You got to prune it. Sometimes you got to trim it up. You got to trim off all that excess so that you can bear more fruit. So sometimes when something ends, like Shamia, I know that you love Porsha so much. I feel like Shamia probably misses and loves Porsha more so than Porsha does her. I think Portia's pretty much checked out. I can see that Shamia would love nothing more than, especially to have, an on-camera apology, reconciliation. That's not going to happen. It's not going to happen, Shamia. You got to hang it up. You got to let it go. And you got to thank God for the time that you had together. Be grateful for that. And move on and let it go because Porsha is fabulous, but Shamia, so are you. So you don't have to be a puppy dog. You don't have to take anything from anybody. You're a beautiful woman. You're talented. You're a wife. You're a mother. Baby, you're on the Real Housewives of Atlanta. Do you know how iconic that is? Like, you did that. And you're here. So just walk in that. Walk in your confidence. Now, you know that I already told Shamia that I think she needs to just stay home and be focused on her family. She's probably not going to listen to me. So if she does end up coming back next season, Shamia, if you come back next season, I don't want to have to be saying, it's a Shamia. I want you to be, I'm Shamia Morton Mungwagui. I don't know how to pronounce the African last. I gotta learn if I'm gonna marry an African, I gotta learn how to pronounce these African last names. Where are my Africans? I need a tutorial. On how to pronounce them last names because I'm going to marry me an African now. Y'all going to see me in all the garb. Yes, she is the queen of Kenya. Hey, Kendra in Kenya. I think that has a nice ring to it. Soon, baby. LaKendra Tooks Mwamwamwe. We're going to figure it out. We're going to learn how to pronounce. And I now pronounce you husband and wife. And I'm going to learn how to pronounce, after I get pronounced as the wife, I'm going to learn how to pronounce that last name. Okay, y'all? Now, what I love about this Real Housewives Ultimate Girls Trip Roaring 20s is that we get a lot of housewife flashbacks. We're getting some really good Beverly Hills flashbacks, including, do y'all remember, what season was this? 1, 2, 3? But when Kyle goes up to some lady at the white party and is like, get your hands off my husband. Kyle was really upset about it, but Mauricio seemed to be cool with it, which would probably explain why they are divorced today. There was a lot of rumors about Mauricio. But also, speaking of Kyle and Mauricio's divorce, wasn't it so interesting? I'm skipping ahead to the end of the episode where Lisa Barlow and Vicki are both like, happy anniversary. He's like, yeah. We talked about this last week. Do you still wish a happy anniversary to somebody who's divorced? I don't know. Listen, if I ever get divorced, which I hope I never get divorced, still wish me a happy anniversary. I'm going to say thank you because I still did that. Even if the marriage doesn't work out, you actually made it down the aisle. That's huge. So listen, Kyle and Mauricio, happy anniversary. Divorce or no divorce, happy anniversary. Now let's talk about the Real Housewives of Salt Lake City because the Real Housewives of Salt Lake City are coming back soon. We did get a little sprinkling, a little taste, a little sample of the Real Housewives of Salt Lake City because they were all at the white party. Now listen, you cannot have a white party without the Real Housewives of Salt Lake City. You better make sure the Mormons are in the house for the white party. But this season of Salt Lake City is going to be so good. There is so much drama. It's like, you know what? Whitney Rose is like, I don't speak to Lisa. And then Bronwyn's like, I don't speak to Lisa either. And then Lisa's like, they're all lying about me. And then Meredith's like, they're all lying about me. But I'm like, I want to get down to the bottom of what actually happened with Meredith and Brittany on that plane. All I can say is, and hey Meredith, I love Meredith. I really do love Meredith. But I think she's lying. I'm sorry. I do think she's lying because, and I meant to bring this up on Atlanta, the ladies were accusing K. Michelle of being on Ambien, which I don't like accusing people of any type of drugs, drinking. Those are very serious allegations. However, all the ladies were saying the same thing, okay? So Meredith, clearly something was going on, but all we know is this next season of Salt Lake City is going to be so good. It's going to be so good. I can't wait. Hurry up and get here next season of Salt Lake City. Okay, so Luann, she had to squash her beef with Erika Jayne, and they were able to. Erika's like, listen, I was going through hell in that moment. It wasn't about you. It was about me. And that's what we have to remember in life sometimes. When somebody mistreats you or be rude to you or is rude to you, there's that book, The 4 Agreements. One of the 4 agreements is don't take it personally, which is something that I've been learning for myself too. A lot of times when people have a bad attitude, it's not even about me. It's about them. It's just like them going through whatever they're going through. And they're unhappy, and sometimes they may take it out on you, or it may come across as rude, but I'm glad that they got over that. But then Luann still had to get over her little issue with Vicki. Now, y'all know how Vicki is. She's been the same since day one, okay? She has been the same. She's never going to change. She's going to be a little, she's a little rude. It's okay. We accept her as she is. She's one of our problematic faves, and we accept her as she is. And Luann's like, I just want you to engage with us. I don't want you on that laptop. I think you work too hard. And then Vicki's like, no, this is what I do. I like to work. I have a lot of responsibilities. Do you know that I just won an award for being the #1 financial whatever in the world or whatever? And it's like, you know what, Vicki, good for you. She's a worker. She likes to work. Like for these ladies, Housewives is like their job. For Vicki, Housewives is her side hustle. You know what I'm saying? Because she got a job, where she's making good money. She's doing really well. So this is just a side hustle for her. But in the end, what do you do, guys? Let's talk about this. What do you do? I'm here with my friends. Somebody's phone rings. I'm here with the Kens Day crew right now on set. If somebody's phone rings and they answer it, is that rude? Yes, that's rude. I don't even like it when my mama does that. When I'm driving in the car with my mama and her phone rings and she answers the phone, I know she's just talking to one of my aunties, but still, I'm like, listen, I'm right here. Talk to me. But anyway, I love how they divide the ladies up. We got one Sprinter van with like Teresa, Luann, Vicki, Lisa, and then we have then we got the black girl Sprinter van with Porsha and Gizelle in there just rehashing everything. Like, honestly, I know that Gizelle already has a podcast with Robin. I kind of wouldn't mind. I know that Porsha and Gizelle used to do a little show together. I wouldn't mind that again. The commentating between the two of them is so good. And you know what? Ultimate Girls Trip is turning me into a Gizelle fan. Because what do we always say about Gizelle? Maybe she doesn't talk about her own life, but she's going to go through and she's going to stir the pot. She's going to ask the tough questions. She is going to get down to the bottom of whatever's going on. She, again, did it this episode with the Real Housewives of Salt Lake City. Now, next week, I'm going to be sat because the Ultimate Girls Trip Roaring 20 is going to be roaring into Atlanta. Ooh, child, the ghetto. Ooh, baby, put your shoes on. Let's go find you somewhere to live. I can't wait. I'm excited. I will be watching, and we'll be talking about it right here on Tooks Takes. I also love getting some Camille Donatacci grammar Meyer. I love getting a little Camille cameo. I love seeing my girl Eileen Davidson. Eileen Davidson looked like she had been drinking her white wine. She said, this is a white party. Let me drink my white wine, baby. Eileen was looking a little like she was having a good time, which I am not mad at that, Eileen. You are an Emmy award-winning actress. If you want to go to the party and have a little too much wine, that is your right. That is your truth. And I love that for you. And then Camille, like, we can't talk about old school Real Housewives of Beverly Hills without talking about the dinner party from hell, without talking about he'll never emotionally fulfill you. Know that. I'm glad that the ladies can laugh because these are the things that we still quote today. I definitely tell all my friends, he'll never emotionally fulfill you. Know that. Anytime they start dating somebody new, I'm like, well, just know that he'll never emotionally fulfill you. Not like I do. Kens Day crew, y'all emotionally fulfill me. Now, let me give y'all my Tooks takeaway, and I got to look back at it. Y'all know I cannot get out of here without giving y'all my Tooks takeaway for the day. And I touched on this earlier, But this really resonated with me when K. Michelle said, when you are down to nothing, that is when God is up to something. And I got to tell you, sometimes I do believe, y'all know I might give y'all a little sermon every now and then, but I sometimes do believe God, the universe, whatever you believe in. When you're going through hard times, it's so easy to say, why? Why me, Lord? How can you let this happen to me, Lord? And it's like, you know what? What if it's because he knows that you're strong enough to handle it? What if it's because the Lord knows that not only are you strong enough, but in any areas that you're weak, he will be your strength. And he will help you get through it. You know, there are things that people do. Y'all know I've been going through some things in my own personal life with people trying to tear me down, trying to destroy me, trying to bully me, trying to humiliate me. A lot of people go through things like that, and it doesn't end well for them. You know, they aren't strong enough. Sadly, people lose their lives over things like this. People go crazy over things like this. And, you know, I was thinking about it, and I'm like, I don't know if, I hope that somebody else is watching what I've been dealing with and sadly still dealing with, because some people are obsessed. I don't blame you. But still dealing with, but I want y'all to see, no matter what, if somebody's trying to tear you down, don't let them tear you down. If they try to crack you, don't crack. You crack them. Because other people can say and do whatever they want. But guess what, baby? There are consequences. And you ain't no punk. So you always stand up for yourself. You always stand up for yourself. And if anybody is trying to tear you down, I don't care if you got to fake it till you make it. You fake it till you make it. You might be crying in the car on the way there, but you keep some Kleenex in the glove box so that you could touch up and you can walk through that door looking sickening. It's never about how you fall down. It's all about how you get back up. And you get back up in a way that when they try to knock you down again, baby, you are like one of those inflatable clowns. You're like, boom, they kick you. You're like, bloop, I'm right back. Bloop, I'm right back. You know what? I've been calling myself Teflon Tooks because nothing sticks to me, baby. Woo, Kids Day crew. Nothing sticks to y'all either. Why, baby? We are slick. We're not ashy. We're oiled up. We're slick. We're made of Teflon. We're like water off a duck's back. You're coming at me. Everything you come at me with, guess what? Is coming back on you 10 times. Coming on you and your whole bloodline. So don't try me. Don't try me. Don't try the Kids Day crew, because we are prayed up. We are blessed and highly favored. We are on our way to becoming the #1 podcast on earth. It's all because of you. Make sure you're following us on all the social medias at LaKendra Tooks, at Tooks Takes. Like, comment, subscribe. Stay in touch with me, because let me tell you something, baby. The best is yet to come for you and me. And as always, I hope and pray that my light helps you find your light and you shine so bright, baby. Shine. I will see y'all next time. Bye.